Aloha, welcome to Turtle Flow channel. This is my YouTube live stream series called Yogi Tea Time. So for those of you who are new, this is just a virtual tea time that we gather to support one another, to increase our vibration with high vibe conversations and just an encouragement to help you take a break. So cheers to you. Sorry for a little delay. I came on a little late because for some reason I forgot to click the second go live button. So then I thought I was live. And I was just talking to myself. So today I'm drinking dandelion root tea, roasted dandelion root tea. So this is really great for liver health. It's especially great to drink during springtime. So happy April, happy spring. Let me know where you're tuning in from, either in the live chat box or in the comments if you're watching this on replay. And again, I do this first Thursdays of each month at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I try to keep it about 30 minutes or so. And it's inspired by the afternoon tea break they take in England. And you can be very mindful with your tea drinking. And it's really important to just take that time to tune in midday, just to refresh and recharge yourself. So let me know what practices helps you to recharge yourself. And today, each episode focuses on a topic, and today I'll be focusing on intention setting. How to set intentions, especially for beginners. So feel free to say hello, let me know where you're tuning in from, and feel free to be interactive with each other and also with me through the live chat. Excuse me. So I'll be looking down just to kind of change up the panel. And if you're new, please definitely let me know by saying hello in the comments or the live chat. So intention setting, it's a very powerful manifesting tool. And there are ways to do it that will align you to your highest potential for your highest good. So this is not something that you just kind of focus on material things, just to pray for what you want. It's much bigger, much more meaningful, purposeful, and empowering. So everything I do, I post on this channel are various tools that I've used and experienced to help me create the life that I want, that I am called to serve. And that comes from the mindful practices of yoga nidra, and Reiki energy healing. So those are the three modalities. And I've been just honing on a lot of different tools that have specifically helps with the flow state, how to tap into your flow state so that you can really focus on your intention. And I've shared a lot of guided yoga nidra practices on here with different themes. And yoga nidra is one of the most powerful practices that gives you an opportunity to set very powerful and strong intentions. So let me know if you have set the intention for this past new moon. I've done some new moon, full moon, yin yoga, and yoga nidra videos in the past. And April, there are 2 new moons. So typically, new moons are energetically very powerful time for intention setting. And then full moons are powerful time for harvesting and reaping the result of the intention that you set at the new moon or beginning of a eclipse cycle, and the inspired actions you've taken by working with the intention that you set. So intention setting is a little bit different from like New Year's resolution. On my New Year greeting, I briefly talked about the difference between intention and resolution. So intention has a more of a heart-centered, heart-based, more attached to your feelings and your belief system. And when you set a powerful intention that you tap into from doing these practices, connecting to your deepest heart's desire with all the feelings, identifying the feelings that you want to cultivate, that's when it becomes very powerful and more effortless to manifest. So you want to, when you're setting an intention, whether you're doing it mentally or verbally out loud or on a paper or on your digital notepad, you want to do it in present tense with that full conviction, full belief that it is possible, that it will come true. So that belief part is so important. Without that belief, you're going to do things to sabotage yourself. And oftentimes that's done in an from an unconscious place. So you think you're trying to go for your intention and you're affirming to manifest, but it's that the doubt in the back of your mind that creeps in and makes you do these behaviors that go against what you want to achieve with your intention. And you always want to do it 3 times. 3 is a very powerful number for creativity and manifestation. It's that trinity, the masculine, divine masculine, divine feminine coming together to create that child, whatever, that third element. In a lot of religions, there's Trinity represented, and in numerology, 3 also is equivalent to creativity. So it's a manifesting number. And when you do it 3 times, kind of superstitious, but there's so many practices from different cultural backgrounds throughout history that always does everything in 3. So 3 is a very powerful, magical, manifesting number. So you want to repeat the intention 3 times. So you'll notice that in the beginning of my yoga nidra practices that I guide you through, it always starts with prepping you to get comfortable so you can relax, put you in that receptive mode, and then helps you to tap into your heart center to set a sankalpa, which is a Sanskrit word for intention. So sankalpa, san, and I actually have something I want to share. My favorite definition of sankalpa that I would like to share. So I'm going to pull that up right now. So sankalpa is an intention we set from our heart and can be translated to higher truth, which means san, S-A-N, and vow, kalpa. Sankalpa is a promise to stay with our highest truth and to act from our hearts. A sankalpa can be said as a positive affirmation that we state to ourselves in meditation and yoga in order to align the heart, mind, and soul in order to reach our dharma and our highest path. When we practice setting intentions, we harness sankalpa shakti. Shakti means energy, which is a power within that helps us manifest our sankalpa. And this is a definition, my favorite definition of sankalpa, that was posted by Law of Positivism on Instagram. So sankalpa also means, again, it means highest truth and vow, which means that we want to resolve something that aligns with our highest truth and highest path. And the key word here is resolve. In English, sankalpa oftentimes is translated as resolution. And this is also from the caption of that Instagram post by Law of Positivism. So it's about feeling, not the material. So when you're coming out with your sankalpa statement, again, we want to do it in present tense with full belief, conviction that it will come true, it will manifest. It's about the feelings, not the material. So when you're trying to get a nice car, luxurious car, what is the feeling that you want to get by getting that car? And then you can start to cultivate that feeling in the present moment with anything you're doing from any source that's going to give you that feeling. And then the more you practice that with gratitude and repeat your intentions every morning, you want to look at it if you wrote it or just recite it through that new moon cycle, or just to set the tone for your day. That is also going to help you cultivate and maintain the feeling that you want to create. So it's really important to do it from the source of the feeling you want to feel. So if you want to make it more general, you just want to say, I am joy. If you want to cultivate more joy in your world, or I am safe and abundant. If you want a nice house and feel the financial freedom or wealth. And abundance doesn't have to be financial. It could be abundance you start to cultivate your own garden. Abundance from generosity of your friends or support, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, by any mentors or peers, friends. So you really want to focus on the feeling. So that's really important thing to keep in mind. And you could also do a very specific goal if you would like. And it could be, I am grateful for this in my life, and you can fill in the blank. So with that, definitely, I said the belief, doing it with full conviction is very important. So if you have a very strong pattern of limiting beliefs that are always running in the background on a subconscious level, that usually controls 90% of your behaviors. And that's why you keep doing things you know it's not good for you, and you keep repeating and you're not moving forward, or it's preventing you from making that inspired action to take yourself to the next level, or to go get closer to manifesting your intention. So you have to let go of limiting beliefs, and that requires doing some shadow work. Again, the yoga nidra is really great. Working with emotions, feeling and observing the emotions instead of judging and denying your emotions or trying to control and change your emotion is very important. So the yin yoga really helps physically release physically trapped emotional stress and tension that keeps us held back. So as I mentioned, you can set your intention in a meditation, the beginning of a yoga practice. You can also journal it. So you can do it more verbally in your head or out loud, or you can journal by physically writing it out. You can have an intention journal, especially for new moon intentions. Or maybe you have a meditation journal, and you can, if you're more visual, you can draw pictures, or you can have a photo of something you want to call in specific to that intention, like a vision board, but it could be just one thing. It doesn't have to be a whole board of everything you want. So that's another way. Those are the various ways of actually practicing intention setting, ways to practice intention setting, and then the occasions and times to set intention. Again, I've mentioned new moon is a very strong time. Anytime you're about to set off to do a task, or before a new meeting, you can set an intention for what you want to achieve. You can do it in the morning, beginning of the week. So in the morning, to set the tone for each day, to start your day off on a very positive note. So one of the Reiki precepts, they're kind of like intention, and it's just for today, which keeps you in the present moment. I will not be angry just for today. I will not worry. just for today. I will do my honest work just for today. I will be grateful. And you can just make up other things, or you can do an I am, as I've mentioned earlier, or just a full sentence. I'm enjoying driving this car, and you can be very specific with a model. So I'm not saying it's wrong to do a specific material goals, to set material goals as your intention, and you definitely want to do it very specifically, but also the feeling has to come. What you feel when you're in that car driving, how does it make you feel? So it's really important to identify. And you could do it in a gratitude. Thank you for allowing me to feel joy from driving this car. It could be like that. You can set beginning of any week, a month, a season, New Year, as well as your birthday, because that's your new solar cycle. Each birthday, you're traveling one cycle around the sun. And intention is also very empowering to infuse with everything you do. So same thing you do, the intention that you put into what you do, what you say, makes a huge difference. It completely changes the energy and how it gets delivered to the other person. So you always want to do it with a very loving intention for the highest good of all in mind, and also for your highest good. And when you do that, everything you do is empowered and impactful 10 times at least. And as I've mentioned, there is power in repetition. So you always want to use repetition to empower and enhance your intentions. Which is why I've mentioned it's good to work with the same intention over and over. So if you're doing a yoga nidra practice daily, you don't have to change the sankalpa every time. Maybe just work with one intention for over a period of time, or maybe during that moon cycle from new moon to full moon, or you can do a full new moon to new moon, depending on how fast it manifests for you. If it's a bigger goal, you can always make it into smaller, more believable pieces, smaller actions, reverse engineering, so that then you want to keep repeating it every morning. Or if you write it down, you always want to look at it right when you wake up, right before you go to bed. So you're imprinting at that state where you can really make an impact on a subconscious level, right when you wake up, right before you go to sleep. So you want to repeat and reinforce your intentions. And if you're doing it as a morning, come up with one, or just there is a mantra or affirmation that you come across that you really resonate with. Maybe you can work with it for days. And with the Sanskrit mantra, usually one mantra, the key of the mantra becomes fully available when you repeat it 10,000 times. So it takes years of using the same mantra, especially if you have a Sanskrit mantra that was given by a guru. So, don't be afraid to stick with one and just keep cultivating. So if you do a very general affirmation or intention that is set to a specific emotion that you want to cultivate or a state of being that you would like to align to, then you can just keep repeating that every morning. Or you can do a walking meditation, repeating it over and over. Again, it's not an affirmation per se, but affirmation just helps to think positive and shifts your mind and changes your negative thinking into positive. But intention is more specific, goal-oriented, but affirmation can be used as an intention, if that makes sense, depending on how it's worded. So don't be afraid to use the same one over and over and over, and always just tune in to see how it feels to you. So that's where the power of intention comes. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Oops. Definitely don't forget to ask any questions or how you've worked with intention, how it's helped you, if you have any aha moments or testimonials of how impactful intention setting was for you. Feel free to share that in the comments or in the live chat. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I've been trying to keep this in 30 minutes or so. Some of the episodes ended up getting long, but I wanted to get pretty much to the point, keep it simple, and make it practical and usable effortlessly. So I hope that helped you. And as I mentioned in the beginning of this Yogi Tea Time episode, as I've mentioned, April, this month is a very special month, which is why I talked about intention setting. So even though I didn't do a new moon intention setting yoga nidra or Reiki video at the beginning of April, I'll do one for the end of April. So this is a special month where there were 2 new moons. And if you've been doing my new moon intention, full moon intention, and you can still set an intention for full moon, but it's more for opening to receive and harvesting the fruits of your labors, fruits of your efforts. So yeah, if you've done that, you might have gotten in the habit of setting new moon intentions, even if I don't do a video on it. So we had a new moon in Aries at the beginning of April. Then we're going to have another new moon at the end of April. And I will do a new moon intention setting yoga nidra enhanced with Reiki, distant Reiki, towards the end of April. But you can just do an intention every morning. So it doesn't have to be tied with new moon, but that's like the most powerful time. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And I just hit a new mark, 300 subscribers. So every 100 subscriber counts. So I want to thank everyone for subscribing, being part of this Turtle Flow Soul Fam. And if you want another Yoga Nidra session downloadable, go to turtleflowyoga.com for yoga, the audio practice of Yoga Nidra that transmutes fears to love. Also have chair yoga PDF, the stick figure of a chair yoga sequence that you can do anytime while you're working on chair at work. And you can do the whole sequence at once as a full practice, or you can just break and just pick and choose any pose, just one pose here and there throughout the day as you're working. So the PDF is very handy just to look and remind you. And I have a full video that shows you how to practice all those in my yoga playlist, yoga class playlist. If you go to turtleflowyoga.com and sign up for the newsletter, get on my email list, you will get both of those, Yoga Nidra and the Chair Yoga PDF. And if you're on Instagram, feel free to follow me, Turtle Flow Yoga. And have a wonderful rest of your April. If you have any requests, you can always write in the comments, and I'll do my best to make videos. And definitely the ones that really helped you anytime you practice something and that's helped you, feel free to write in the comments and let me know if you've had any aha moments or any stories you would like to share. I would love to hear. And enjoy spring. And if you haven't, I have a spring equinox yin yoga practice. That's about 50 minutes. That's under the yoga class playlist that I uploaded end of March. And you can practice that throughout the whole spring season. It doesn't have to be during spring equinox. And I will also put the link in the cards up here in the corner, top corner. You'll see the link pop up here or here. And if you're new to yin yoga, I also have a yin yoga for beginners. So it really breaks down and explains what yin yoga is and how to practice to maximize your benefit from yin yoga. So really enjoy spring. Make sure you take some time to get out in nature. Feel that lightness, the spring flowers, and that sense of new beginning. And if you have any new projects you're starting, new beginning that you want support on, I'll be sending you some distant Reiki. Sending you extra Reiki blessings. And thank you so much for being here. See you next time. Namaste. And go within and find your inner sparkle.